Good afternoon, everybody. Edward Leos here, publisher of the Hotel Guide and actually host of Travel Talk, which I'm really excited about today's edition of Travel Talk, as I have a very special guest, Mr. Steve Silverman with the Atlantis Paradise Island. And I'm excited to have him on board and talk a little bit about the 25th anniversary, what's going on over there, and, how we can all make our way out there. So, Steve, happy to have you on the show.
Thank you, Edward. Thank you for inviting us to have some fun today.
No, it's going to be a little bit of fun, a little bit of education, and I'm excited to have you on. So, tell me a little bit about yourself, how maybe and what your role is at the Atlantis, and we'll kind of go from there.
Well, just a little bit about myself. I was brought up in this industry. My family was in the industry up in the Northeast, and then, of course, as a young adult, I worked my way through the industry and my career. And now, ultimately, my bucket list of opportunities and jobs resides here at Atlantis Paradise Island. I'm the Senior Vice President of Sales here in Plantation, Florida, but represent the property both on Nassau Paradise Island as well as to many different segments of the industry.
Oh, wow. Well, that's, we're very similar in terms of, our past in reference to the hospitality industry. Actually, when I first started the Hotel Guide's 30th, we're celebrating our 30th anniversary. So it's very similar to what you guys got going on over there in Atlantis. But I live in a tourism city here in San Antonio, but I never thought of the hospitality industry as a career. And my background's in journalism. And so when I stumbled across this opportunity to be part of the Hotel Guide, it really just opened my eyes to the power of the hospitality community and meeting such great people like yourself. So I'm really excited to be on this call with you. So we're talking a little bit about the Atlantis Paradise Island. Here we're talking about our 25th anniversary. Tell me some of the things that are going on in that neck of the woods and what's got you so excited for 2024.
So, Edward, buyer beware. Sales is my lifeblood. So I can talk a long time. You might have to shut me down. But Atlantis is truly an amazing and special place. And when I say special place, it's special for anyone of any walk of life and from many different segments of the industry. We have something for everyone. Our leisure guests certainly have so many different opportunities to choose from to design and develop their vacation. Our group and convention guests certainly have an amazing conference service department and group planning team. And then, of course, our locals as well. But for the 25th anniversary, this is a special time because the resort, the Royal Tower, is celebrating 25 years. And the public relations marketing team and all the folks around here have really gone the extra mile to make sure that this doesn't fall off the radar. The Royal Tower, and I'm going to start first with a little bit of the enhancements that we have. The Royal Tower, all 1,200 rooms have been renovated. Wow. And when I talk about renovation, it's not just, a new coffee maker in the machine. They have taken the rooms down to the concrete and studs, and there's new case goods, new bedding, new carpet, new drapes. All of the touch points, including the hallways and corridors, are brand new. And it's really been done in a very tasteful fashion. It has a light Caribbean flair, very comfortable. So whether you're there on business or whether you're there to be in flip-flops and cutoffs in a bathing suit, you're going to feel comfortable.
Nice. How long did that process take, Steve?
The renovations just of the Royal took a little bit over a year and a half. But then they decided not to stop there. There was a lot of extra components that we went through in order to make the experience bigger and better than it's ever been before. About 6 weeks ago, we concluded the renovations of our casino. Wow. And the casino, again, completely brand new. You wouldn't even recognize it when you walk in. And it's certainly one of the focal points of the Royal Tower. It's the main lobby. Right off of where we have the dig with all of our marine life. And the casino is flanked with some great restaurants and bars as well. So new carpet in there, new ceilings, a different sense of arrival, very light and bright compared to before. And the restaurants that flank it are really tremendous and add a nice complement to the casino area.
I know one of the big things you have there on property are the culinary options. I'm a big food person. When I travel, man, I gotta have good food. I'll spend my last dollar on eating something. And so, tell me a little bit about some of the culinary options that you guys have
I'm
going on.
glad you brought that up. So we dubbed ourselves as the Caribbean culinary capital, and we have embarked with some really amazing um, partnerships with celebrity chefs. We just recently opened Peranza's, which is in our Cove Tower. And we
Wow.
have four different towers. We can touch on that later with four different experiences. And Peranza's is by Chef Michael White, for those
Okay.
who don't know. And it is a beautiful venue with indoor and outdoor dining. It's showcasing a lot of locally farmed and sustainability type of seafood, and it has a really nice Italian flair to it. That's one of our newest additions in the Cove. Didn't stop there. We redid Bar Soul, which previously was our Dragon's Lounge, and that sits directly off of the casino. It's a lot chicer, and I don't know if I'm supposed to use the word sexier than we've ever been before, but it has a great view of the casino and looks out over our backyard.
Awesome.
And then, of course, the Moon Bar we've extended. And in addition to the Moon Bar getting a complete refresh, we're offering some light bites. So you don't have to just have a drink there. You could have some flatbreads. You could have some sushi there as well.
Oh, wow.
And that's right next to the Salon. And Salon is our new James Beard Award-winning chef
Mm.
Alon Shaya, which is a Mediterranean cuisine of Israeli descent and flavors. So it's great hummus, baba ganoush, Mediterranean dishes with some different accents of seafood that are trundling in there. And then, of course, we have Nobu. And Nobu, as you know, is world renowned, some of the best sushi. And we also feature some great mixology tricks along the way. We, of course, try to use as much local seafood as possible. And it's a really hot spot to be seen, one of our busiest restaurants, as a matter of fact. Then we went also in another direction to make it a little bit more approachable, and we brought in Shake Shack.
Oh,
So
nice.
I tell everyone,
Burger.
make sure you set time aside to dip some French fries in your milkshake. It
Oh, definitely.
is amazing. And in there, you're going to see singles, couples, families, strollers, lots of burgers, and incredible shakes. You can trundle in there from one of the pool areas or any of
Mhm.
our slides or the beach, have a great meal, and then go back out and continue your fun. And as you know, Shake Shack is very renowned, and the
Oh,
burgers
yeah,
just melt in your mouth, of course.
definitely.
Also, over at the Cove, we reopened a space. Previously, it was called Mosaic, and now it's called Perch.
Okay.
And Perch is our a la carte breakfast and lunch venue over there. And just so you know, both Perch and Peranza are still available to the entire campus of Atlantis. We have
Okay.
four different lodging experiences, but you most definitely, and we encourage you, especially you, Edward, who's a foodie, to try as many of the outlets as possible. And Perch is, a great place to have some of the more current things, like some great avocado toast for breakfast with some
Mm.
eggs on top, some wonderful salads and things of that nature.
You're making me hungry just talking all about all this
That's
stuff.
what we're supposed to do. We've also opened two really cool. We have a Marina Village,
Okay.
which is a series of retail shops and yet more restaurants. We have, depending on the open and closure schedule, right around 20 to 21 restaurants, bars, and grills that are open at all different times. So if you're repeating something, it means that you really like it, or it means that you need to really explore more.
Sure. So,
Absolutely.
so talking a little bit about the exploration, tell me a little bit about the differences in the four towers. You're talking a little bit about how they have some uniqueness to them, but tell our guests a little bit about that.
Sure. So the Coral Building is one of our more established buildings. It kind of has like a beachcomber feel.
Hmm.
It's right on the ocean as well. and it's very comfortable. We host a lot of families there, but at the same time, we also have a lot of groups that like to be there because it's right up against the conference center and convention center.
Wow.
And over in that building, we have a great Chinese restaurant, which is also family oriented as well. And I'm going to get you going again. An ice cream shop, which is called Sun and Ice, and it's all locally crafted
Oh, wow.
ice cream. My mouth's watering talking about them and thinking about them. And that's on one side of the casino. Once you pass through the casino, and that's going to be your standard family place. It's a solid room. It's centrally located. It's directly across from Marina Village, and it's very comfortable. On the other side of the casino is the Royal Tower, which we just spoke about with all of the renovations. It's certainly our focal point and one of our most iconic shots that you'll see in many of our images.
That's it was on our cover shot this year.
Absolutely.
Yep.
That's the area of the property that really is surrounded by the majority, not all, but the majority of our marine life. Our dig, which has all the marine animals in it, is centrally located on the lower lobby area, so you can, grab a cup of coffee from one of the Starbucks or one of our pastry restaurants and watch the marine life. You can walk through it, through different caves and viewing tubes and see the different exhibits, and it takes you out to the backyard. And then, of course, all of those room products that sit in the Royal Tower.
Wow.
And then going just a little bit further past that, we have our cove. And the cove is really spectacular. They're kind of situated as mini or studio suites. The pool there is an adult-only pool, and we do have gaming there as well, out poolside, as well as in some of our sea glass restaurants by the cove as well. And then the other tower that we have is called the Reef, which is our condo hotel component. So there you're going to be getting studios, 1 and 2 bedroom lockout apartments. And just remember that, the furthest point to Central Point for anything here is going to be a 7-minute walk. But of course, we have 24-hour complimentary service shuttled across the property. So you can go to the Marina Village from tower to tower, to the casinos, to the restaurant, and it's all seamless.
That's amazing. So, our time is going so quickly here, but before we end this thing, there's such ton of great information on the Atlantis, but what are the quickest ways to kind of get there?
So, we have all of the legacy airlift. We have JetBlue, Delta, American, but some of the more exciting stuff that's happening is we now have direct airlift from the West Coast. Air Alaska and American Airlines are flying direct from the West Coast. And of course, we have airlift from the Northeast and the Southeast. We've also been able to identify and have a lot of airlift coming in from the UK. Interestingly enough, the UK wants to get out of their snow at this time of year. Sure. And get a little bit of sunshine and go back with the tourist hand. So it's the perfect opportunity. It's very easy to get there. Our airport is certainly guest friendly, and customs and procedures there flow very easily and are expedited quickly.
Nice. So as we're wrapping this up, what are some of the best times for people to kind of go visit, if there is one, or if it's just all the time?
Well, there's never a bad time to come.
Okay.
But in addition to, watching the seasonality and the rates, you also want to watch some of the things that we have going on. In addition to all the food and beverage experiences, we are certainly a hub to different types of concerts and performances. Just to name a few recently, we've had Lizzo perform, Pitbull, Lionel Richie, Sheryl Crow, Niles Rodgers. Maroon 5 will be with us over New Year's Eve.
I know. So, I saw that.
it's time to come down. And then, of course, we always are going to pepper it in with some local culture. In our theater, we feature a Junkanoo performance, which, you can't help but to kind of get up and dance and move yourself with it. And it's educational as well. But there's really never a bad time to come. I recommend coming with your friends and your family. If you come for business, we're going to welcome you, but I would encourage you to come early or to stay late so you can
Yeah.
enjoy the property as much as possible. You will be able to come to our property 3, 4, or 5 times and experience something different and new every time, because Atlantis and Paradise Island truly is a destination to itself.
Nice. And that's you're definitely on my bucket list, my travel bucket list. Haven't been out there yet, but I know I'm going to be making my way there, and I'm excited to do that. For those of my followers who are trying to figure out, hey, what's the best way to get a hold of Atlantis? What's the website that they can go to?
You can go to Atlantis Paradise Island. And once you're there, I encourage you to explore all the different drop downs, from our food and wine festival to our table takeovers to the convention and group special offers that we have and value dates. It's a very comprehensive site that will give you many different opportunities to explore things. And again, I wish we had more time than this. I can talk forever being in the sales arena. And probably make you want to, give me the hook to come off stage. But there's so much to do at Atlantis today and tomorrow. We see guests come back generation after generation with their parents, with their families, and with their friends. It's really a special place.
Now, I'm excited about getting this out to our members and our followers. And Steve, I actually think this probably isn't the last time that our paths are going to cross on our podcast. There's just too much information to put in a 15-minute or so podcast. But I wanted our guests to understand what's going on in Atlantis Paradise Island, and for them to meet you as well, and give them that teaser to want a little bit more. So I want to thank you for being on today's episode. I'm excited about it. And I'm excited about the feedback we're going to get on it as well.
Appreciate the time, Edward. And please reach out to us so we can help fill your bucket list.
That would be fantastic. In the meantime, everyone who's listening or following us right now, feel free to share this. Let your friends know about what's going on in Atlantis Paradise Island, and continue to follow us at thehotelguide.com. Till then, take care.
Thank you.